fastest show in sports.
Here we are, creeping one day closer to the Super Bowl. The championship game for two NFL teams. All of America will be watching. The world will be watching. Which means we are another day closer to the Bad Bunny halftime show. Look out! It's coming, it's looming, it's getting closer. That's right, Bad Bunny will be there. And just to go ahead and to make sure that we're all secure on this, the NFL is not going to change. They were never going to change who they decided to play the halftime show. Anytime anybody came out here and said, oh, the NFL is thinking about changing Bad Bunny because of the reaction to it, complete and utter, undeniable, holy God bullshit, because the NFL had made the decision. And just to make sure that you know, as we creep ever closer to the Super Bowl halftime show, Apple Music has put out a promo for what's coming up on Super Bowl Sunday. Now, granted, this is not the entire promo, and I can't play the entire promo because it likely will get taken down by YouTube or Apple. Now, the whole promo is about 1:15 long, but in order to get a little bit of the flavor of what it's going to be, I think this will capture it very nicely.
Ay, dime cómo le va para olvidarte. Hay un paso nuevo que quiero enseñarte. En la noche ya ni puedo dormir. Lo que hago es soñarte. No, no te puedo olvidar. No, no te puedo borrar.
No, pero I have no idea what he's saying. My Spanish isn't that good. But hey, yeah. How about you get a fireman in there? Go ahead and look. Even you dads out there right now, you dad dancing? Any of this? Well, wait a minute. That's Donald Trump. No, you can go ahead and dad dance if you want, but it's great. It's fun. It's rhythmic. It's melodic. It gets you into the mood to dance. Okay, it's not that bad. So we still have to get to the point of figuring out here why, when we're getting another day closer to the Super Bowl halftime show, why so many people are so upset about it. And believe me, when that promo came out, again, social media just lit up. All kinds of people who were all upset about it, and they're going, oh, here we go again, it's Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, we're talking about it again, it's all wrong. And by the way, in case you're wondering, Turning Point USA has not announced one single act for this alternative halftime show because it's bullshit. I mean, what are the seriously? Kid Rock and Lee Greenwood are going to play for an hour and a half or 30 minutes or whatever it is? Who else are you going to put in there? What, Kevin Sorbo is going to stand up and recite things as Hercules? It's only going to go so far. But that's another story for another day. But here's what we have to look at in all of this. If you don't agree with Bad Bunny being in the Super Bowl halftime show, and if you're still complaining about it, there's only one of 4 reasons I can think of why anybody would be upset at this. Okay? There's probably more, but I'll go with 4. First one is you don't like Latin music. Okay, I get that. I mean, look, I'm a music guy. I love my music. I've got so much music in my home and on my iPod. That's right. I'm still one of the guys who has one of these. I have an iPod because I like it. I don't like keeping it on my phone. I've got tons of music sitting on that. And I'm not a big fan of Latin music, partially because, yeah, I don't know what they're saying half the time. Sometimes I do. And to me, put it out there, Latin music all sounds kind of the same. But it's happy, it's light, it's got a lot going for it, it's great dancing music. So you just don't like Latin music, and you're afraid that the whole Super Bowl halftime show is going to be Latin music. Look, I guarantee you it's not. Because the NFL, Bad Bunny, and the production companies are going to make sure that there's going to be some sort of a surprise in there. And even if it is all in Spanish, we speak Spanish in America. They speak Spanish around the world. And look, okay, I get it. You're not hearing the same tunes over and over and over again from all of these people, and you just want these old acts in there again. You got to think fresh. And that's what Bad Bunny is. He's one of, if not the most popular entertainers in the world right now. So I don't care if he sings in Spanish. I like it. It's okay. But you don't like Latin music. I get it. It's okay. But just because you don't like Latin music is no reason to go all batshit on not wanting him to play the halftime show. When it's all said and done, we'll come back here and we'll look at this again. But I'm going to guarantee you that it won't be all Spanish. There's going to be a little something in there. Probably there might be a surprise in there for something to happen. As if maybe I know something, which I don't. And if I did, I wouldn't tell anybody. But, okay, you don't like Latin music. Got it. Reason number 2. You can't dance. I get that. It's okay. Latin music is very much a danceable music. And I get it. Most of you could be like the dads. Okay? Why is it dads always bring their shoulders up? Why is that? Why is it always like that? Trump does that too. When he does this ridiculous dance move back and forth. Okay, I digress. But you can't dance. Anybody can dance to this. And I think that's what the whole promo is showing, is the fact that normal people, regular people, average people might like to dance. It might get them up off their feet, might get them dancing. I guarantee you, whatever is played this time around is going to be very dance-oriented, and there's probably going to be a lot of people in a lot of houses and a lot of places who are going to be dancing. Okay, but you suck at dancing. You have 3 left feet. You can't dance, so you don't like the dance music. And it's very possible, too, that in not liking, because it's Latin music and it's dance music, you're of a certain age. You're like over 40, 50, 60, whatever. And you just don't like to dance. And you don't want to do it. You want to be entertained. You don't want to hear dance music, which is basically Latin pop, at a Super Bowl halftime show. Okay, I get it, but maybe you ought to just open yourself up a little bit, huh? Well, it seems to me that wouldn't be a bad idea. Open yourself up to something different. Look, it's not like this show is going to go on for 3.5 days. Show's going to go on for what? 18 minutes? 20 minutes? It's not like your life is going to end. So, okay, you don't like Latin music and you can't dance, which means, here's what you can do. Careful now. You can turn the sound down if you want and maybe go do something else. Okay? Or, depending what you want to do, you have your cable remote in your hand, switch to something else for a couple minutes. It's okay. But you don't have to hate it just because of what it is. But if you don't like it, I get it. That's 2. Now, reason number 3 why you don't like the Super Bowl halftime show is because for some odd reason you have been shoveled into this thinking that if it's a Super Bowl halftime show, and it is one of these big events, and it is the big event of the year for so many people, it's held in America, it's American football, and because of American football, you got to have American artists. Damn it, we need to get American in there. If you don't have an American in there, something's really wrong. You need American artists at the American halftime show, and wait a minute, you're just now basically fooling yourself, because that's even more bullshit. There have been at least 14 acts in the history of the Super Bowl halftime show that aren't American. Shh. Don't tell anybody, okay? It'd be a terrible thing to learn this. And I was sitting here and I'm making a list off the top of my head. U2, definitely not American. Paul McCartney, you mean the Beatles, not American? Nah, he's British, dude. Even though you like him and he's been around 100 years, he's not American and he is not an American citizen. Shania Twain, Canadian, came down and played the Super Bowl. The Rolling Stones. Oh, no. Seriously, the Rolling Stones are not American? No, they're not. Well, maybe you think they are, but they're not. Rihanna, not American. Shakira, not American. Sting, definitely not American. Coldplay. Okay, there's a lot of people out there going to say, well, Coldplay's an American band. No, they're not. They're not, okay? And The Who played it. The Who, not American. See, so it's not like there's not a history of this. There are non-Americans who have played in the Super Bowl before, but hold on a sec, hold on. Hold on, just a second. Come here. Bad Bunny is American. Okay. Don't tell anybody. Bad Bunny's American. He's from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States. Puerto Ricans are considered American citizens. In case you missed that one. And a lot of people have missed that because they're going, oh, he's just another foreigner. He's American, kids. Matter of fact, Bad Bunny is more American than any of those acts I just named. So if you don't like the halftime show because it doesn't feature an American, you're wrong. You're buying into the absolute nonsense, the propaganda, the gaslighting, if you will, that has gone on about this game from certain groups of people who have said, we don't want it because it's not American. It is! Bad Bunny's American as I am and as American as most people are because he's born in Puerto Rico. Okay? Matter of fact, come on. Puerto Rico's the 51st state. Everybody knows it. If it's not, it should be by now. It's an American territory. So you can't use that argument, period, end of story, walk away from it. This has nothing to do with whether or not he's American. So, there's the top 3 reasons. I got another one. But those are 3 reasons why you don't like the idea of the Bad Bunny halftime show. You don't like Latin music. Everybody likes their own thing. It's okay. You can't dance. Okay, but you can still enjoy the music even though you can't dance. And you don't like the fact that it's not American when in effect it is. So we have now taken care of 3 things. Okay? We've taken 3 things out of the mix. There's one more that we have to get into here. This one will blow your mind. If you are among the people who don't like the idea of Bad Bunny playing the Super Bowl halftime show, there is another reason out there as to why you don't like it. You're racist. End of story. Okay? You have bought into the propaganda, the nonsense, the complete and utter bullshit from other groups who are talking about the fact that, well, he doesn't speak American, he doesn't speak English, he speaks Spanish. You're racist. Look, I get it, okay? And you're going to scream at me. A lot of people are screaming, throwing things at the screen right now. You go right ahead. But there's a number of people, I've talked to them, I've seen them, and I know full well that they just don't like him because he's Hispanic. That's a racist issue, is what it comes down to. And if you think about it, it's true. Because America has a large racist population here where we don't like people because they're not white, tight, and bright. And that's another reason. Look, I'm not saying that this is the only reason, but that is a reason why. You are, not you, but there's people out there who don't want Bad Bunny here because they don't like him because he's Hispanic. And we have a huge amount of racism that goes on in this country against Hispanics, against Salvadorans, Venezuelans, people from Ireland, people from Canada. We have racism all over the place in America. America is, in many ways, and to many people, a racist country. I'm not saying that for everybody, but I'm saying in this case, there is a faction of the public that doesn't want Bad Bunny doing it because you just don't like the idea of a Spanish-speaking guy getting up there and performing during your football. You're wrong. There's something wrong with that. That's not tolerant. It's unnecessary. It's ugly in so many ways. But that's a reason why. So, out of all the reasons that I've talked about here today, 4 reasons why you can probably say, or 4 reasons why you don't want to go or you don't like the Bad Bunny halftime show. You don't like Latin music. You can't dance. You have erroneously decided that he's not American when he is. And you're racist against Spanish-speaking people. Okay, there's 4 things why. I have the cure. and we'll probably talk about this again. Don't watch it. What did I miss? No, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Turn the sound down. Here comes the show. Go what? You can use your clicker and go watch something else on television. You can walk away. You can go to the bathroom. You can go to the kitchen. You can go sit in another part of your house. You don't have to watch it. You really don't. I mean, it's not like just because it's there, it says you must. You're not a football fan if you don't or whatever. So hopefully by the time we get there, and look, I'm going to watch it. I'm watching it because I want to see what it is. It's a show. Even when there are artists there that I don't necessarily like. I'm not a fan of Rihanna. Not a fan of Shakira. But I wanted to see. I'm not a fan of The Weeknd. But I wanted to see what the show was. I wanted to take it all in. And I wanted to be able to discuss it later, having seen it, not just taking somebody else's word for it. But if you don't want to watch it, please, for God's sake, don't watch it. Save yourself. You don't have to dance. You don't have to listen. And to all of this nonsense about an alternative halftime show, that shows there's something wrong. Because this alternative show is being put together to say that all four of those things I mentioned, you agree with. Including the fact about you got it wrong about America, and there's a racist bend in here. And that's sad. It's sad that anybody even thinks about that. But, again, you want to watch an alternative show? You go right ahead. You want to watch the Super Bowl show? You go right ahead. You don't want to watch it? You go right ahead. But let's at least come to grips with the fact of why you don't want to watch it. It's one of those four things I mentioned. Don't like Latin music, can't dance. You've got it wrong that it's not an American when he is. And there's a racist streak in there against Hispanic people. Just admit it, walk away. At the end of the day, this will all blow over. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll see the error of your ways. And oh yeah, by the way, just enjoy the football game. And when it comes down to it, get a little dancing with Bad Bunny, baby. I will. Come on. You'll enjoy it. You'll like it.
Ed Berliner, the fastest show in